Hello, everyone. This is Chris Alvarez with Chateau Racine. I'm here with Zigtebra, and we're about to do an interview right now.
Hi, I'm Emily Rose, and this is
Joe.
Zeph. So Zigtebra is a pop duo from Chicago. It's kind of lo-fi, minimal, a little bright, a little spooky, but I love it. We write a lot of love songs, heartbreak songs, because it's always on my mind, and I think a lot of people can relate to it. What do you think? Does that cover it? Yeah.
And how did the band start? How did you guys come? And when did the band start?
In 2012, and Joe has a good story about how we started, don't ya?
I guess I do. We were living, Emily was living on the north side, and I was living down here in Pilsen, and we're both in this dance troupe called Pure Magical Love, and we really liked it. It was like a really dirty, crazy, pukey, glittery dance troupe that was like grotesquely sexual. It was really fun. But we met, and there was a bunch of people in the group, and Emily and I just like kind of magnetically came toward each other, and one thing led to another, and we ended up actually finding out that we had a similar dad, like we had the same dad, which was really crazy because I had never met
You guys
anybody.
didn't know about that?
No, I hadn't. I knew my dad had another family, but I had never met anybody, and voila, it was pretty cool. It was great actually because I always felt kind of out of place, and I said, "Where is like this musical part of my family? Like, why is there no musicians? Like, my grandpa played music. Where are all the musicians?" So then I met Emily, and we started pretty much performing right away. We wrote like a short play and performed that in Chicago a couple times, and then just like hit the road almost immediately. We made a tape and hit like our first like band show was in Manhattan, and then we've just been playing as much as possible ever since, I guess. That's Zigtebra. Now here we are.
Right on. And you guys have an album that you put out this year, I believe?
Yes, we do. It's so exciting. So when we started, I was playing drums, standing up, kind of terribly. It was awesome. And Joe was playing guitar, and now I play keyboards. He plays drums sometimes, and still guitar, and we're both better at it. And we're finally making music that we're really excited about. It's just getting into some juicy stuff that was the vision when we started, and is a fuller expression. So The Brave is that. It's like 10 songs or something, inspired by a lot of travels and things we've seen, a lot of heartbreak songs, and there's a single on it called Bebe, and it's about that person who comes up to you in the club and talks to you, and you're like, you don't know me. Don't act like it. I have so much deep stuff going on here. And anyway, we have a music video coming out for that in like a week, and we hope that everybody loves it because it's about catcalling and how stupid that is. Yeah.
Did you guys direct the video yourselves?
Yeah, I wrote it in some coffee-fueled late sessions at a local coffee shop, Jumping Bean. What's up, Jumping Bean? I love your coffee.
Shout out to Jumping Bean.
Yeah, sponsored by caffeine. And it was shot by this guy, Jack Searnell, who's an awesome videographer, originally from New York maybe, but he lived in LA for a while. He's been all over the place, done a bunch of cool videos. I can't wait for people to see it. And hopefully the girls feel me on the how much catcalling in Chicago summer is stupid, and I take my aggression out on the what do you call them? The bad guys. Yep.
Joe, did you have anything you want to add to that?
We're talking about the album?
Yeah.
Oh,
Or the
man.
music video? You guys are both in the music video?
Yeah, I'm the bad guy in the music video.
Okay.
I'd rather talk about the album where I wasn't
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
typecast.
Talk about the album.
No, it's been really interesting making music in Chicago. I really love Chicago and all the crazy stuff we see, and just like all the insane noise music and performance art and punk, and like our friends are in all these crazy punk bands, and we love it. So it's really cool to take all of that influence and like funnel it through our brains and then puke it out of our hearts and then lick it up with our toes.
You guys are from Pilsen. The band's from Pilsen. How would you guys describe the art scene? I mean, that almost like I guess sums it up for
Yeah.
you guys. But what do you guys like most about like the art scene, music scene? Just
The sweaty basement camaraderie, the fact that any night of the week, pretty much you can find a cool underground show, and I prefer the house show scene because I love sharing our music with our friends, but I don't want them to have the barrier of age at a bar, the barrier of a hard door entry at a bar, the barrier of high cost drinks at a bar. While I do love the great sound and the great bar community, I want all ages to be able to come. And I like the idea of door donation to get into a show. It feels like an embracive community. So that's awesome. I love that.
I like Pilsen because of all the things Emily said, and also because it's really accessible. Like, I ended up here in Chicago, and I crashed on my friend's couch after a very long, strange journey.
where were you coming from?
I was coming from Argentina, actually.
Okay.
And then after I just ended up crashing there, and they had a show like in the living room like 2 days later, and they were like, "You want to perform?" And I was like, "Of course I'll perform." And there was like a guy who was doing performance art. There was a girl who was doing like a weird dance. There was a guy who just did like ambient noise, and then there was me. And it was really open and really beautiful, and everybody seems like they're on their own tip. Like, I know it's not for everybody. Like, I know I've definitely invited some friends to shows, and they've been like, "What is this? Why did you invite us here?" But for the right kind of person who's interested in expanding their artistic boundaries.
Yeah, that's what I love about you guys most. It's just like I remember like hearing, I think something Emily put online. It's like, oh, these guys are making like really cool, catchy like songs, and you guys are like one of the first acts to come through, and now you guys are the first interview I'm doing, and we're all in Pilsen, and obviously you guys play all around the city, too. Also, you guys have a tour coming up. Do you guys want to tell me a little bit more or let your
Sure.
viewers know?
Okay, so everybody, we wish we could go on another 3-month tour someday, but we are going on a 5-week tour starting July 31st, and we are heading south, kind of down to Atlanta, New Orleans, crawling along the coast, hitting Tijuana, then scooping up California, going all the way up to Seattle, and meandering down through like Salt Lake, Norman, Oklahoma, coming up to Minnesota, Wisconsin, and then coming back home to Chicago. So if you live west, southwest, or northwest of Chicago, hopefully we'll see you out there. We're going to post the route list soon on our Facebook page. So if you live in that city, be sure to come, and we would love to see you. One of the best things about tour is every single night bringing it and making it special and beautiful, and really feeling it every night, and also being open to the other acts that we're playing with and appreciating what they're doing. Meeting people all around the country is a great feeling. It's a lot of hard work, but it's really fun too. And Joe has been helping organize things a lot. It's been really great.
And what about this charity that you guys are doing?
Oh, that's right. So going on the road, you rely on the support of people who come to the shows. And that means we put a lot of faith into people who organize it for us from afar and come out to the show and donate or maybe buy an album, and that is a wonderful feeling. But I would say, as many musicians and artists feel, you have a little bit of a conflict of receiving money for your creative product. Like, you believe in being paid, but we also kind of have this mindset of money is dirty and evil and it's horrible and we don't want to live in a society with it. But I'm trying to think about the good things that money can do and not hate it so much and use it in good ways, like supporting local, buying art and crafts from friends as gifts, paying for music, fully believing in paying for a door when I go to a show, suggested donation, paying the whole thing because going around, coming around, karma stuff, and a bigger realization of that is that when we're on tour, whatever we make, we are going to donate a portion of it to NAMI, which is NAMI. It's the National Alliance on Mental Illness. And they do a lot of wonderful things for the community, advocating for a lower stigma of mental illness in the community, which I think helps us be a better community to support the people who are mentally ill in our community and the whole spectrum of what that is. And they also provide a lot of free resources for like families who don't know how to deal with a family member who's recently been diagnosed, so that they can be a better family unit together, more supportive, more functional, more loving and happy, and also support for people suffering from mental illness, resources, free therapy. I've heard from my best friend who's a doctor that they do incredible things, and she sees them changing people's lives all the time. So if we can go on tour sharing our art and love and joyfully, without trepidation, receive money in whatever form as exchange for our art and our service and our efforts, then we are so happy to be able to push a part of that into the community to do more good all around the country. Like, that just feels right. So, yeah.
Right on. That's really cool. Part of why I wanted to set up the interview, too, because I noticed you guys are also doing non-selfish things. You know, you're also going for fun, obviously, for yourselves and, like, having fun with other people, but also doing something for a cause other than yourselves.
Totally.
And I think that's very cool. And
Thanks.
I think that's what makes you guys a really cool band in Chicago, and our artists and musicians that not a whole lot of artists do, but I'll definitely do my best to seek those artists out and, try to shine light on that. And I think that's it. Unless you guys want to add anything else.
We have an exciting announcement. We're on a local label, FPE, for practically everybody. And
what was it? What was the label?
It's FPE, for practically everybody, and they just put all of our back catalog on like iTunes and Spotify, so you
right
can
on.
hear like our first tape. That's like all these crazy bedroom pop opera musical songs, all the way up to our new stuff, and we're thinking about putting out a couple more songs before tour.
Oh.
Maybe we might record them right here at Chateau Racine.
Very cool. Yeah, it'll be nice. You guys are at the old location. It'll be nice to have you guys set up in the new spot too. So hopefully we'll see you guys back soon.
Yeah.
You guys you can find them on Zigtebra.com.
Have an awesome summer, everybody. Go see lots of local music, support local artists, have a great time, be present, and oh man, I wish you were here in Chicago. It feels perfect. It feels like real summer.
Thank you guys.
Thanks, Chateau Racine.